It's the summer of 2022. My girlfriend and I were planning a camping trip to the woods somewhere in Canada. We were advised not to go there, but being the young, stupid adults we were, we didn't listen. A choice I will always regret to this day. I was setting up our tent, shirtless. If you're wondering why, I'm a pretty well-built man. Not like a bodybuilder, but I have muscles and a six-pack. I guess that's something. So, as I was setting up the tent, my girlfriend came over with the rest of the parts to finish it, since it was a very difficult tent to put up. It took us 3 hours to finish, and we arrived at the campsite around 5 p.m. So by the time we were done, it was getting late. Being a phone-obsessed adult, I was scrolling on TikTok until my girlfriend decided to put her phone down and ask me to go for a swim. Now at this point, I was hesitating a bit because it was getting dark and we weren't experienced with being in the water at night. While I was deep in my thoughts, my girlfriend had already changed into her swimsuit. I noticed her and decided I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I changed into mine too. We were walking hand in hand to the shore when we heard a sound nearby.
What was that?
I thought, but the sound didn't continue, so we kept walking. I felt a cold gust of wind against my skin as we continued towards the water. Near the river, my girlfriend had already laid a towel down on the ground. Without wasting any time, she jumped in and I followed. Laughing and splashing water, we were both having the time of our lives. I swam under the water and surfaced underneath her, lifting her body up, causing her to giggle, and we made out in the water. Then she looked at me and signaled me to stop by tapping my chest. What I saw still creeps me out to this day. I saw a tall man standing at the shore, looking at us. He was also dancing in a weird way, but what creeped me out the most was when I looked back at my girlfriend and then back again. The man was now swimming towards us. Being the young and athletic adults we were, we swam to the other side of the river. Thank God we took swimming lessons that summer. As we reached the shore, we realized we had left our phones on the towel. But screw it. I figured it's better if we can at least survive and worry about getting help later. We ran and ran, scratching ourselves against branches, getting wounded, but it didn't matter. When I looked behind me, the tall man was running after us. The way he was running creeped me out so much that I thought I was in a horror anime. He was running while looking at the sky, and his arms were moving like a rag doll. This is the moment when I realized miracles exist. As he wasn't looking, he collided with a branch right at his head height. He was about 6'5" or so. The hit knocked him out cold, as we heard the thud when he hit the ground, and no signs of him getting back up. I didn't have time to look at his face because we were running so fast, and we eventually reached the end of the woods and found ourselves an empty street. We started walking along the road, and luckily, we eventually saw a car approaching. I hugged my girlfriend tightly as we embraced the moment of possibly getting to safety, and the car stopped next to us. The driver asked us what had happened. We explained everything, and she told us to get in. She brought us to the hospital, where my girlfriend and I were treated for the cuts and scrapes we got while running. We were then asked by the police what had happened. We told them everything, and they said they would look for the person. To this day, they have not been found.